Hello and welcome to this self-confidence hypnotherapy session. This session will help you with any shyness around being naked. Now, you might have noticed that even in perfectly normal, safe situations, stepping into the shower, changing at the gym, even getting undressed with a trusted partner, a part of you might tighten. Your muscles clench, your thoughts speed up, and an old automatic message whispers in your head, hide. This session is designed to gently retrain that part of you, not by forcing you to be different, but by letting your inner mind discover a calmer, wiser way of responding. We've known for a long time that intense shyness is a learned response, and whatever's learned can be unlearned and replaced with something far more comfortable and far more useful. And so as you listen today, you don't have to fight that feeling. You don't have to argue with it. You can simply allow it to soften, because your unconscious mind, that deeper part of you that runs all your old habits, is ready to hear something new. Is ready to discover that your body isn't a problem to be hidden, but a home that you live in with growing comfort and growing peace. In the past, you may have taken on harsh comments, comparisons, or even some critical looks. You may even have been taught that there was something wrong with the way your body is, and that being seen naked is unsafe or shameful. Those messages were never the truth. They were just old ideas that got installed when you were younger and more vulnerable, and they can be quietly erased and rewritten now. And as you relax and drift with my words, you can begin to imagine what it will be like when appropriate nudity feels simple, ordinary. When stepping out of the shower or changing clothes or being unclothed with someone you trust feels calm, practical, even natural. And you can instinctively keep your own boundaries and safety, while at the same time feeling at home in your skin. You're not trying to turn yourself into someone who flaunts or shows off. You're just allowing yourself to become someone who's quietly self-assured, someone who understands that a human body is just that, a human body, and that yours, exactly as it is worthy of respect, privacy where you choose it, and comfort where you decide it. And so now, if you haven't already, let yourself settle into a comfortable position, somewhere you can remain undisturbed for a while. And when you're ready to begin this inner journey of calm, you can just allow your eyes to close now. And with your eyes closed, just let your attention rest for a moment on your eyelids. Just notice how good it feels to simply let them be pleasantly, heavily relaxed, at ease. In a moment, I'll ask you to test them, but before you do, you can send the suggestion down into those small muscles around the eyes to let go, to switch off just for a while. And now gently pretend to try to open your eyes, and notice that the more you try, the more those eyelids stay softly, comfortably closed. That's right. Now stop testing and let that relaxation spread. And in a moment, I'll ask you to count slowly from 1 to 3 in your mind. And with each number, you can just allow your body to double its comfort, double its relaxation, double its sense of sinking into a safe inner space. Begin now. 1. Floating a little deeper. 2. Your muscles softening, your thoughts slowing. 3. Going down to a level of relaxation that's deeper than you've known ever before. In a moment, I'll ask you to imagine that I gently lift one of your hands by the wrist and then let it drop. You don't have to move it at all. Simply imagine it. And as that imagined hand drops, you can allow yourself to drop even deeper inside. Now imagine that hand lifting, suspended, and then dropping. As it drops, you drop straight down into an even more peaceful place within. Every breath now is like a gentle signal to your inner mind that it's safe to relax, safe to listen, safe to change. And as you rest here, listening to my voice, imagine in your mind's eye now a wide staircase leading down into a very private, very secure inner sanctuary. At the top of the staircase, you're still partly in the everyday world, still half listening to the old stories about your body. And as you go down, step by step, those old stories can begin to grow distant, faint. Echoes of ideas you once believed but no longer need. There are 10 steps down, and in a moment I'll count from 10 down to 1. And with each number, see yourself going down 1 step, feeling more at ease in your own skin, as if the very air around you is kind and accepting. 10. Stepping down, your shoulders loosening. 9. Another step. Feel any tightness in your jaw just melting away. 8. Your neck and back letting go. 7. A warm, calm heaviness in your legs. 6. Deeper still, your breathing finding its own slow rhythm. 5. Halfway down now, already more relaxed than you ever expected. 4. a soft warmth in your chest, almost as if there's a quiet self-respect waking up within you. 3. Any remaining tension simply draining away. 2. Nearly at the bottom, where you can feel completely safe. And 1. Stepping off the stairs and into your inner sanctuary. And just notice this sanctuary for a moment. Perhaps it's a softly lit room, a peaceful garden, a spacious private spa that exists just for you. However it appears is exactly right. Here, nothing and no one can judge you. Here, your body is simply a part of nature, like a tree or a stone, or even a gentle stream. And as you look around this inner place, you can feel yourself drifting deeper and deeper into a calm, receptive, healing state of mind. In this sanctuary, imagine there's a large, full-length mirror. But this is no ordinary mirror. This mirror reflects not just shapes and details. It reflects the truth. It reflects kindness. It reflects the way a wise, compassionate friend would see you. For now, let yourself see a clothed version of yourself standing in front of that mirror. Just see the reflection as if you were watching someone you care about. Notice the way they stand, the way they hold themselves. Maybe there's a little hunch in the shoulders, a slight pull in the stomach, almost as if they're bracing for criticism. And in this calm place, you can begin to realize something very important. You weren't born ashamed of your body. A baby isn't embarrassed to be naked. That old self-consciousness was learned along the way. And that means it can be unlearned, and something healthier can be put in its place. Now imagine that beside the mirror there's a dimmer switch for self-criticism and another for self-acceptance. In your mind, notice where those dials are set. For many years they may have been stuck. Criticism turned up high, acceptance turned down low. And in a moment, you're going to reach out in your imagination and slowly begin to turn down that self-criticism dial and turn up the self-acceptance dial. And as you do this, you don't have to force yourself to like everything you see. You simply allow a more balanced, honest, compassionate view to appear. So now, reach out, slowly turn criticism down and turn acceptance up, just a little, and notice what happens to the posture and the expression of that person in the mirror. Maybe their shoulders drop, maybe their breathing deepens, maybe they simply seem a little more human, a little more real, a little more okay. Good. In a moment, the mirror can begin a gentle transformation. It will gradually dissolve what are the clothes you're wearing, not in a shocking way, but in a slow, soft, respectful way, as if mist is clearing. And it'll only go as fast as your inner mind feels comfortable. That mirror will show your body more and more truly, while you remain in total control. And if at any point it feels like it's too much or it's too fast, you can imagine a light robe or a towel appearing, and you can pause. You are always in charge here. And so begin now. Let the image in the mirror gradually become more bare, more naked, while your sense of acceptance continues to rise. Notice that you're still breathing, you're still safe, you're still you. Your body isn't a performance piece, it's your home. It carries you through your life, and it's already survived so much. And as you see yourself in that mirror, you may begin to notice specific details. A curve here, a line there, textures, colors, shapes. And instead of attacking them, you can simply describe them neutrally, as if you were describing a landscape. There's a slope here, a shadow there, a softness here and a strength there. And this neutral observation is one of the ways that your mind can let go of that old automatic shame. Now imagine the mirror begins to show not just you alone, but a gallery of human bodies, different ages, shapes, colors, sizes. Some are slimmer, some are fatter, some have scars, stretch marks, things that look out of place. And yet as you look around this gallery, you can feel something within you shift. Nobody here is perfect, and nobody needs to be. They're just simply human beings. And you can let your own body stand amongst them, not as better, not as worse, but just as one more human being. From somewhere in this sanctuary, a future version of you begins to walk towards the mirror. This is a you from months into the future, after the new comfort has had time to grow. Just notice how this future you moves, perhaps more relaxed, more grounded, more at ease, as if being naked in an appropriate, safe situation has become simple and practical. Just watch as this future you undresses calmly in a private changing area, or steps confidently into a shower, or lies back from a medical exam with a matter-of-fact ease. Their face is soft, their breathing is steady. They know they can keep their boundaries, say no when they need to, and also be unembarrassed by their own natural form. And now step into that future you. Become them from the inside. Feel what it's like to live in a body that you treat with a quiet respect. Feel what it's like when your first thought as you undress is not, "What's wrong with me?" but, "This is my body, and it's okay." And just feel a subtle growing pride in simply owning this body as it is today. And you don't need to believe every positive thought straight away. You only need to let a few new ideas begin to land. And you can simply consider these affirmations deeply within your mind. I'm learning to be comfortable in my own skin. My body is allowed to exist. I can choose privacy without shame. In safe, appropriate situations, being naked can feel natural and unremarkable. Let those ideas drift down into your unconscious now, where they can take root and grow stronger every day. And as they settle in, just imagine scenes from your day. You're alone in the bathroom. You step out of your clothes or your towel, and instead of rushing or tensing, you take an easy breath and repeat to yourself, I am comfortable in my skin now. And just notice your shoulders soften as your body recognizes that as a signal of safety. You're in a private cubicle at the gym or the spa. You undress at a pace that suits you, knowing you can cover up anytime you choose. You sense that other people are simply focused on their own lives, and your mind naturally turns its attention back to its own comfort. You're with a trusted partner. You allow more of yourself to be seen, perhaps in stages, always within your own limits. quiet confidence flows through you. If someone is lucky enough to share this with me, they're lucky to share it exactly as it is. And you know that real closeness is built on honesty, not on some idealized standard. And in all these scenes, you feel a steady, growing sense of being the equal of everyone else. Not less, not more, simply equal, human, and worthy. And your subconscious mind can begin a gentle, automatic process of unlearning, replacing the old fear with calm. And the more you would have tensed up in the past, the more your inner wisdom remembers to breathe, to soften, and to repeat the phrase, "I'm comfortable in my own skin." This new pattern doesn't make you careless. You still choose when, where, and with whom to be unclothed. What changes is the feeling inside. Instead of dread and self-attack, there's calm, practicality, and a quiet self-respect. And each time you notice even a small improvement, a moment of less tension in the shower, a tiny bit more ease changing clothes, a softer gaze in the mirror, your inner mind takes that as proof that the change is real and deepens it day by day. And now it's time to bring this session to a close. In a few moments, you're going to return to full alert wakefulness, bringing back with you all the calm, confidence, and new understandings you've absorbed today. But before that happens, let your inner mind scan the changes that are already beginning. Perhaps there's a lighter feeling in the chest, a new softness around the shoulders, a different way you're picturing your body. You don't have to put this into words. Your unconscious knows exactly what it's doing. Now see again that inner sanctuary, a special place where you felt so safe and so accepted. And know that you can return there in your imagination anytime you wish to refresh these feelings and strengthen them even more. In a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5. With each number, you'll come back a little more to the room, bringing with you a gentle, steady sense of being more at home in your body. 1. Beginning to return, feeling a pleasant energy returning to your arms and legs. 2. Becoming more aware of the surface you're resting on, the position of your body. 3. Taking a slightly deeper breath, feeling clearer as if a window has been opened in a stuffy room. 4. Moving your fingers and toes, perhaps rolling your shoulders, stretching in a way that feels good for you. And 5. Eyes open, fully awake now, feeling grounded and refreshed, and quietly more confident in your own skin. And from this day forward, each time you undress in an appropriate, safe situation, in your bathroom, in a changing cubicle, or with a trusted partner, your mind will automatically remember a little of this calm. Without effort, you'll notice yourself taking one easy breath and thinking, I'm comfortable in my own skin now. That simple phrase becomes a gentle inner switch, turning down old self-criticism and turning up self-acceptance and practicality. And with every repetition, this new response grows stronger, more automatic, and more natural. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. You've just given yourself the gift of a new way of relating to your own body, kinder, calmer, and more respectful. These changes will continue to grow quietly in the background, showing up in small, pleasant surprises over the coming days and weeks. And you may enjoy returning to this session as often as you like, deepening the transformation each time. Thank you for taking this time for yourself, and until next time, goodbye and good mental health.